Worrying. It's very, very worrying. You know, we're trying to build a society, you know, that is built on honest and trust and respect for each other, you know. And we are, you know, and not built on lies. Let's be honest here. The truth of the matter is this. When you have children, you don't tell your children to lie. You don't tell your children to be deceitful. You don't tell your children to do these negative things. You tell your children to be honest, to tell the truth, to be truthful, to be very honest, and to understand why in today's society, in some respects, is the lies, the distortion, and the crap of it all ruling this world. It's about time we had truth. The people deserve the truth. The people pay their taxes. They deserve to have truth. Not distortion, not lies. You're keeping people in fear, and it's not acceptable. It really isn't acceptable. And I hope that somewhere along the line of my conversation this morning, somewhere out there, someone has listened, and somebody somewhere is going to do something about this situation. Because it does need looking at. Seriously, seriously looking at properly. And I hope and I pray that that happens. Like I said, please come over, have a conversation with us. You know, we're more than welcome to talk. We're more than welcome to, you know, discuss certain things. And, you know, if you have any problems yourself that you want to sort of unleash, and come and talk to us. You know, we have some very, very good people here that understand. We're very, very good people that understand it. We don't overstand any situation. You know, we understand situations. And I hope the government and the social services and certainly the peers really go and have a look at this and get rid of it. Get rid of the evilness of it. Get rid of it once and for all. Because it's innocent children here and innocent parents that are being penalised. Now, I'm not just sitting here saying that there isn't certain bad people in the world, you know, that do very, very, very disgusting things. Because there is. That is the truth of the matter as well. There is. But you cannot take everybody with the same brush. You can't. This is not a one-size-fits-all scenario. This really isn't. And most of these people that I'm here with and I've spoke to and that I stand in solidarity with today are innocent. They really are innocent. And not just because they're sitting there and telling me they're innocent. They have facts, files, there's discrepancies all over the place. To sit there and say that they're innocent, it's tragic. It really, really is a travesty. It's tragic. So, please, you know, go and look at this. Go and look at it. Get the facts, get the files, get the people together, get the mothers, the fathers together. Sit down, talk, and find out who, what, where, and when, and who are these beings. Because they don't deserve to be in your government. They don't deserve to be in social services. Maybe they deserve stacking shelves. Not there's anything wrong in that. But maybe that's what they do deserve. Because you're in the wrong place doing the wrong things. We need the right people in the right places doing the right things. Getting real justice to the paedophilia that is out there. And the disgusting and the vile behaviour that some people are doing to our children. Don't take everybody with the same brush. Because most of these are innocent. They have facts and files to prove it. Reopen it. Reopen these people's cases and look at it for what it really is. Because I am sure, as God is my witness, I am sure that these beings would have their children back within 24 hours, and I'm sure in a court of law, a real court of law that is not corrupted and that is not sitting there trying to make money out of people's misery, would give their children back. I'm convinced of it, absolutely. And I say that not with a biased point of view, I say that with honesty from my heart. Go and do it. Go and do it. And eradicate these people out of it. They're not benefiting you, Mr. Cameron. They're not benefiting your stay in Parliament. They're not benefiting it, they're tainting it. They're tainting it. They're giving you a bad name. And as for the police, I feel sorry for them when they have to get a phone call to go and have to take somebody's children away when they don't even know the facts themselves. So you're not to blame either. But don't be a goer. Don't be a goader. Don't let them do it to you. You have a right as well. You have a right to look at that situation when you go into that situation to try and take their children away from them, to really look into your heart, not the uniform, your heart. And research it yourself before you enter these situations, because you are being used as well. You are being used by certain people in social services. Be wise of that when you enter people's homes and taking innocent people's children away from them. Don't be used. Uphold the law, I ask of you. Uphold the law. The law that David Cameron has put in place and other people have put in place is a good law. It is. We were discussing this last night. It is not that we are knocking it. It is that people are misusing the law that you are putting in place for their own ill-gotten gains. Surely, the moral issue has to come in somewhere here. You have children, every single one of you have children, you know somebody that has children. And I hope and I pray that it does not happen to one of you. I really, honestly do. Because when you see people cry and so distraught, mothers that are so distraught, mothers that are loving, kind, caring, all of a sudden have false allegations made against them, lies and deceit made against them, because of jealousy, because of ego, because of money. When is a moral issue going to take precedence in it all? When is a respect issue going to be at the forefront of this? When is the real law going to be implemented properly? When is justice really going to come home? And really come home? And it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. It really isn't. And every individual case needs to be looked at and looked at properly. And not behind closed doors, with the parents. And discussed. And let me tell you something, court should be the last thing, the final and the last thing that anybody should have to go to. We have a country here of very, very good and intelligent people. Let's use that intelligence, let's use that kindness, let's use that compassion, let's use the law for what the law really is. Not for these ill-mannered, disgusting and disgraceful people. I.e. certain people in your government, and i.e. certain people in the social services department. And you need to resign yourselves, some of you people. You need to walk out with your heads down and in shame. And look at what you are really doing. You went and studied at college and university for what? To traumatize people? I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you went there with the kindness of your heart to make positive change. But then make that positive change. And make it today. Make it today for families. And to break this woman's gag. This woman has been gagged by social services, which is not acceptable. I've looked at the documentation myself. It doesn't even stand up what they are trying to say. This woman has been penalised out of society, had her children taken away from her for no reason. Truth It's a fact. Look at the facts, look at the truth. This woman can't even speak. She can't even get on this microphone to discuss how she feels.
But she is.
But she's gonna. Because I tell you now, I say this in front of the police officers, I say this in front of everybody. I'm telling her that she can. So come and arrest me for it then. I'll take the blame, yeah? When there is no blame. And I'll see you in a court. And I'll gag you. It's not acceptable. I'm going to stop myself there. I don't want to get angry. I'm quite frustrated enough as it is. But I still sit on this microphone now and show love and compassion, even towards the people that are doing this. Find it in your hearts. Find it in your emotions. Find it in yourself to find the compassion for these people and for myself and others around this country. Find that compassion and look at it for what it really is and not what you're looking at as a business. A moral issue, a respect issue for children, for our children, for your children, for everybody's children. It has to stop, and I hope it stops today, or I hope it stops in the near future. I really, really do. And then we can get on with being a one-world community and pushing things forward. Pushing things forward. Pushing things forward of respecting each other, finally, loving each other, and being kind to each other, and finding solutions to the world's problems, and not alienating each other because of stigma, because of race, because of colour, or because of religion. It has to stop, and I hope and I pray that it does. And I know it's going to take time, and I know it's going to take effort, but if we all come together and we do this, I know in my heart that we can have a far better world than what we are living in today. Don't we want a world where we trust each other? Don't we want a world that we can understand each other? Don't we want a world that we can talk to each other? That we can understand each other properly and be compassionate? Surely that's a far better world than the world that we're living in now, where people are walking around in fear, that are too frightened to even open their mouths, that are too scared. Nobody wins from that situation. Nobody. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope it hasn't fallen on deaf ears.
There you go, YouTube hustlers outside 10 Downing Street.
Yeah!
Anti-pedophile.